All right, guys, in this video, we are going to talk about how to get leads for wholesaling real estate. All right, guys, in this video, we are going to talk about how to get leads for wholesaling real estate. This is literally one of my favorite topics, okay? So how to get leads for wholesaling real estate. And in fact, we have created a course. I will drop a link below this video with 50 plus ways to go about finding leads for wholesaling real estate. But in this video, we're going to talk about maybe 6 or 10 of my favorite ways to go about finding leads for wholesaling real estate. So the number one way that I like to go about finding leads for real estate investing is driving for dollars. We use a couple different apps to make this process more efficient and safer, of course. But driving for dollars in its basic form is one of my favorite ways to find leads for wholesaling real estate. So get out there, do some driving for dollars, and just basically locate properties that look like they could use some work. I mean, that's what we're doing. We're looking for properties that are showing signs of distress. We're looking for properties that, maybe have tarps on the roofs or broken windows or gutters hanging off or landscaping, tall grass, you name it, any reason that a property looks like it could use a little bit of work. So those leads right there make for great leads for wholesaling. So driving for dollars would be my number one approach. Number two approach would be Bandit Signs. Bandit Signs are an inexpensive way to market, and you can just say, we buy houses with your phone number, and you can buy several hundred of these for, maybe $1.50 or $2 a piece. And you can go and you can put these out on stop signs or at intersections, exit ramps from highways, anywhere that cars would be coming to a stop or stopped will be the best place to put up a Bandit sign. And again, don't overthink it. We buy houses and then put your number on there. That would be the number two approach. So driving for dollars, then Bandit signs. And then next would be getting a list. So you're going to go find a list. You can get lists off of PropStream. You can use batch leads, two places that I love to use to get my lists. I can pull these lists down and I can skip trace these lists. And then from there, what I can do is I can cold call and I can cold text. And we do this simultaneously. Not at the exact same time, but we will run a campaign for cold calling and cold texting to the same list and try to get these individuals to answer the phone so we can then say, hey, we're investors and we're so happy that you answered. We think you own this property here on this street. And if so, we would love to buy it from you. Are you interested in selling? And a lot of people are going to not be interested in selling. That's the game. It's how it works. It's a numbers game. But you can do these efforts, right, to generate leads. That's what this video is all about. How to get leads for wholesaling real estate, guys. So incredibly simple. So driving for dollars, Bandit signs, cold calling, and cold texting. And again, you can use your driving for dollars as the leads for cold calling and cold texting. You don't have to go buy leads, but I would highly recommend you do both of these, right? Next, you can door knock. You can go around to neighborhoods that you like and door knock. You can leave the door hangers or even sticky notes behind, and you can get these things printed in bulk for pennies on the dollar. And you can go canvas neighborhoods. That's another really, really good approach. Now, there are other ways to go about generating leads, but you're going to spend more money typically for some of these approaches. Now, more money doesn't always equate to higher quality leads, not always, but typically it does. Go figure, right? So some of these other approaches that we use would be like online marketing, right? So we would create a website or build a landing page and then run Google ads to that page to generate traffic, generate leads. We could also have a Facebook or Instagram or social media campaign that is trying to capture people's information if they in fact own a property and want to sell it to us. All right. So online marketing is a big one. This could also be done basically free by going on Craigslist and posting ads saying, hey, I'm looking to buy properties. I'm a cash buyer. Does anybody have anything, right? Again, the more money you pay for your marketing, the higher quality lead typically, not always. Okay, some other approaches, guys, would be like mass media. So think about this. Like, we probably watch TV quite a bit, probably listen to the radio quite a bit. And if you're ever out driving around, you probably see a lot of billboards. Well, these things are really not that crazy expensive if you're able to do it very locally in your own market. So look into, putting an ad on a radio station. Look into creating an ad for a local small TV station. You would be surprised. Sometimes you can get ads to run for $15 or $20 per ad. Literally that cheap. Just you have to look into this. And then of course there's billboards. That's also another great option to going about generating leads for wholesaling real estate. Some of the other things that we love to do, again, there is a course down below that is 50 plus ways to find leads for wholesaling real estate. But some of our other favorite ways, guys, are networking. And networking is actually a free lead source. But go to your local REIAs, go to your local meetups that are focused on real estate investing or fix and flipping or landlording, so on and so forth. And we can find other people that have deals that can sell those deals to us, right? Not all the time whenever a wholesaler brings a deal to you is there, have they taken all the meat off the bone? The good wholesalers, they know to leave meat on the bone. So there has been opportunities in the past where somebody has wholesaled a deal to us and left enough meat on the bone where we've been able to turn around and wholesale that deal to somebody else. Absolutely, that's possible. And in fact, we do it all the time. All right. So there are so many ways to go about finding leads for wholesaling real estate. What I would recommend is start with one or two, but don't go crazy, right? If you want to start with driving for dollars and get really good at it, I would highly recommend you do so. If you want to add Bandit Signs, again, another great strategy. I would highly recommend you do so, but do one at a time and get really good at each of these different types of marketing before you go try to do 4 or 5 or 6, because what ends up happening is you can get overwhelmed with all of these different types of marketing, and then what ends up happening is no marketing gets done. So more importantly than the type of marketing that you're doing, in my opinion, is to find a way to do marketing consistently. Okay, so I tell this to all of my students when they join our coaching mastermind, that I would rather them do 10 to 30 minutes of marketing a day, if that's all that they can afford or have time allocated for, than to try to do marketing all day Saturday. Now, why would that make sense? All day Saturday is way more time than 10 to 30 minutes every single day. Here's why. Well, let's say that this next Saturday is, your cousin's birthday party. So you can't do marketing this week. And then the next Saturday, you're sick. Well, 3 weeks went by between the time that you decided you want to do some marketing and the time that you're actually going to do it. And that, my friends, is inconsistencies. It's inconsistent. It's not a good approach. So instead, try to do 10 minutes a day or 30 minutes a day, or maybe you want to jump in full time and do 2 or 3 hours a day. Do these activities daily. I cannot stress that enough. And that, in my opinion, is more important than the activity you actually choose. So again, we have a course below this video. Click the link and it's going to give you, I believe this is a free course, by the way, or at least it is as of recording of this video. But it's going to give you some ideas on lots of different ways that you can go about finding ways or how to get leads, for your wholesaling real estate business. There's so many different approaches. But more importantly than the approach you pick, guys, is the fact that you remain consistent with these efforts. If you can only do 10 minutes a day, that's fine, no problem. But do 10 minutes every single day. And here's the cool part. If you miss a day, not the end of the world. Get back on that horse the next day. Don't try to just do this on the weekends or just do this on Saturdays, because again, if you miss 1 or 2 Saturdays in a row, basically a whole month has gone by with no efforts. going towards the marketing, guys. So how to get leads for wholesaling real estate is in fact incredibly simple. Just do something. Drive for dollars. Get those bandit signs out. Get a list online. Pull the list down. Cold call it. Cold text it. Or you can go cold call and cold text the list you created from driving for dollars. You can cold call and cold text people that have houses for sale by owner on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, local Facebook groups, and Zillow. And don't forget, you can also market to these individuals that are trying to lease or rent a property. Just change your pitch a little bit. Instead of calling and saying, hey, I see it's for sale, I want to make an offer. Say, hey, I see you're trying to rent it. I'm actually an investor and I'm looking to buy a few more properties in the area. Do you have interest in selling this property instead of renting it? But a lot of it comes down to you just making time to put towards these efforts. Guys, don't overthink it. Get out there and do some marketing. And if you want to see 50 plus ways that we have found to do deals, click the link below this video to access that course. Go get it, guys.